This is making a quad spout external angle. It is very important to square the spout up before you start. After you've squared the spout up, draw a centre line on the spout. A common technique is to use an external bracket to draw the line down the front of the spout. Measure the width of your gutter and transfer that measurement to either side of your centre line. Using your square, draw the line, stopping the line at the start of the roll in the spout as demonstrated. Transfer that measurement down the back of the spout. And using your artistic abilities, draw in the line from the start of the roll as shown up to the line you've just drawn. Notice they're drawing from the start of the roll up to the top. The next step is to draw in the lap. Continue the lap up the back of the spout. Draw in a smaller lap as shown. Get your hacksaw and cut through the bead. Remember, we're only cutting through the bead, we're not cutting all the way through the front of the spout. A common technique is to do a rough cut to get rid of your excess material, as shown. It does make it easier to come back and trim. So a rough cut, get rid of the excess material. Followed by trimming along your line carefully. Cut through your small lap. In this case, we will be folding the lap down, this small lap down with a hammer. It also can be done with multi-grips, if you prefer. Bring the spout around and form your angle and check it with a square. Mark the back of the spout with a pen so you get your exact fold line. Cut your lap on the back of the spout. And using a pair of multi-grips, or in this case duckbill pliers, fold the lap up to 90 degrees. Check again to make sure your angle is at 90 degrees. The next step is to insert the rivets. It is very important that the rivets are even, so using a ruler, mark the rivets across the spout at even intervals, and mark up the back of the spout as well for 2 rivets to be installed. As you can see, even rivets up the front and 2 rivets up the back. To finish the job off, get a small dollying hammer and dolly that small excess around the corner, being very careful not to dent the face of the spout. We need to put a hacksaw cut in the front of the spout. This is done in order to insert the gusset. Cut a piece of sheet metal about the same width as the blade in your square. Insert it through the hole you have just cut with your hacksaw. Put a small cut about 10 or 15 millimeters long. Fold the tabs down and roll the sheet metal up and over the bead. Holding it securely with your fingers, insert 2 rivets. Cut the excess material off and dolly down with a hammer. And that's the job finished.